how do we develop an identity or sense of self? Psychologists have many theories. One, named Erikson, believed that we work on constructing psychosocial identities throughout our whole lives. And by psychosocial, he meant an interplay between our inner emotional lives, that's the psycho part, and our outer social circumstances, the social. Erikson believed that as we grow in age, we pass through 8 distinct stages of development. He thought that each stage was defined by a specific conflict between a pair of opposing impulses or behaviors. The resolution, or the inability to resolve these conflicts, affects our personalities and identities. Erikson defines 4 childhood stages and 3 adult stages, bridged together by 1 stage of adolescence. We'll go through each stage and define it by its central conflict, as well as give some examples of behaviors and patterns of thinking characteristic of the stage. The first is the oral sensory stage, encompassing the first year of life and defined by a conflict between trust and mistrust. Infants during this time learn to trust their parents if they're reliably cared for and fed. If not, if they're neglected or abused, they'll develop mistrust instead. Infants at this stage either learn that they can trust others to fulfill their needs or that they can't, that the world is a dangerous and unreliable place. The second stage is called the muscular anal, and it's defined by the conflict between autonomy and shame and doubt. Parents who allow their toddlers between the ages of 1 and 3 to explore their surroundings and develop interests of their own help to foster a sense of autonomy. But parents who are too restrictive and cautious with their children can instead leave them with doubt about their abilities. Like learning mistrust instead of trust, this can have long-standing consequences. A related conflict between initiative and guilt defines the next stage, the locomotor stage. Children in this stage, between the ages of 3 and 6, need to develop initiative or independent decision-making about planning and doing various activities. If they are not encouraged to do this, or if their efforts are dismissed, they may learn to feel guilt instead about their desire for independence. The last childhood stage is called latency, and is defined by a conflict between industry and inferiority. Children at this stage are between the ages of 6 and 12, and